Saludito, mi gente de Lucha Libre Online. Esta que les habla es Isa, la Demon Diva, y aquí me encuentro Tampa, Florida Royal Rumble Weekend, and I am joined by Kofi Kingston in the off-white fit. In the off-white fit. Talk to me. Yo, I saw you walking. I was like, hey.
Hey, well, yeah, I try to do a little something for these kids. You know what I mean? Got to pop the town, as we say in the biz. We got to pop the town a little bit. Yeah.
You always pop the town with your infamous Royal Rumble spots. I'm not going to talk to you about that. You know what I'm going to ask you?
Yes.
When you win the Rumble, Kofi.
When? Tomorrow.
There is a big moment where the photo op, sign pointing. I need to see your best sign point right now. Yo, let's go.
Yo, I kept it here because if I went over here, I'd be out of the frame. So I kept it here intentionally. So when you cropped it out, you still have the Royal Rumble in the background and you can see.
Right.
And I'm breathing heavy because I'd be fatigued.
Right.
Assuming that I wasn't in at entrant 30.
Right, correct. Now, after that moment, you got to call somebody out. We have injured Seth Rollins. We have the tribal chief. What's up?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would probably take the easy way. You know what I mean? I'll go with Seth. You know?
That's
I mean, come on, man.
I
love Seth. He's the captain. I love his work ethic. He is the quintessential soldier. Always feet on the ground. Yeah. He's on every single show. You know, every single match that he has is like. As always, he's doing it. You know what I mean? Like he's out there busting his hump, busting his chops. But if you're talking about the World Heavyweight Championship, it's a very hard title to win. Right. And if I can have an easier time doing that by going up against someone who's injured, I'm gonna do it. No shame. I'm gonna do it. You know?
I don't blame you. That's the easy answer. Why would you go get a healthy Roman Reigns when you have injured Seth Rollins?
Why? You got Roman Reigns, then you got to deal with Jim, then you got to deal with Solo. You got Paul out there. It's too much, man. Especially if you got somebody who's like injured.
Right.
I mean, and it'd still be a very difficult match. Seth is very talented. He's got a lot of heart. You know, it'd still be very, very difficult. But I don't know. I feel like that's the route that I would go.
Perfect. I have one last question for you. I was in the building for WrestleMania 35, Kofi Mania. I know you get asked about it all the time, but it was so many emotions going into that moment. What was it like for you? And I've been dying to ask you this for years.
Oh man, and I'll try not to be long-winded about it, but it was amazing on so many different levels because number one, I didn't think that it was actually going to happen. Because so many times in our industry, when we're told that we're going to go a certain path, we end up going down a different path for whatever reason. So I didn't allow myself to believe that it was going to happen emotionally. I didn't allow myself to invest until it was actually happening. So when it happened, I was like, oh my God, this is my childhood dream. So this is crazy that this is actually going on. And then all of a sudden, Big E and Woods are like on me, and I'm like, oh my God, the journey that we've had to get to this point, where so many people told us that we sucked. And now here we are through hard work, winning the WWE Championship through all of this sacrifice and believing in ourselves. And then I look out in the crowd, and Woods has got my son, and he's bringing him in the ring. It was a great moment to continue. My sons were in there, and my wife, who was sacrificed so much. My dad was there for the first time. Like, that was incredible. And then, of course, like the people, you know, minorities all over the world who were not used to seeing people who look like me and who look like themselves in that role. Was amazing, you know.
Representation is everything, and that's what it's all about.
It's super important, you know. But what trumped everything was the fact that Kofi Mania was beyond race, because it was a story of somebody who struggled and achieved and pushed through no matter what, you know. So that's why everybody who saw that match was able to like invest themselves, because over a decade worth of struggle.
I watch a lot of wrestling. That's a top 10 moment for me to witness.
Thank you.
Probably top 3, honestly. I cried, like it was very emotional. Kofi, I want to thank you so much for your time. I want to thank you for the fit. Okay, I appreciate this.
Thank you for saying
and I can't wait to see what you do at the Royal Rumble.
Thank you. I appreciate you. It's been a pleasure.
En español nadie lo hace mejor.